Hey everybody, the Not So Civil Engineer here, and I have something pretty interesting for you guys today. So this is a Rotorpick. It was lended to me by a friend, and I have been using this thing non-stop over the last couple of days. It is a tool for Mul-T-Locks specifically, and it is, in my opinion, an incredibly fun tool. And also very effective tool. However, what I don't think it is a replacement for pure picking skill. So the way that this works is it has a key blade, and this piece will slide into the lock, and then it has a dimple or a flag that you will use to both set inner and outer pins. And what's nice about the Rotorpick is that these graduations that you can see here along the shaft all line up perfectly with the locations of the pins within the lock. So what I figured I would do is I would take this pick and open a couple of Mul-T-Lock Juniors, which were also on loan to me by the same friend, and we'll just kind of go through the pick, and I'll explain to you what I'm feeling and what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna bias this off a little bit. I'm doing a much more vertical view this time because that's the view that I prefer when using this pick. So first thing you do, index it all the way. This is the portion of the handle which you will be using to apply tension to the lock. The tension that I like to use is both a torque going this way, but also pulling back this way so that you keep the tool indexed at the back of the lock. So I'm pulling this way and then I'm torquing this way. I'm gonna apply medium to light tension just to where I can kind of see the whites on my fingertips. And then I'm going to have you guys zoom in on the graduations right here. And I'll go ahead and move over just a bit. There we go. Will it focus? Maybe not, we'll see. Okay, when you're picking this lock, it is very much focused right on these graduations right here. And when I pick these locks, I'm really only focused on my pick placement within the lock. Lengthwise, there are graduations here so that you can determine how deep you're picking, but I've found that the actual pick tip itself is so flexible that these aren't very accurate guidelines. So we're gonna index under pin 1. Give it a little test, nothing. Under 2, got a little click on 2, click on 3, couple clicks on 4, click on 5, nothing on 1, nothing on 2, a little click and counter rotation on 3, nothing on 4, couple clicks on 5, back on 1. And this is just the process. You just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. I dropped into a bit of a false set, not the deep false set you would expect from picking all the outer pins. And you can see here's some counter rotation. So if you look at this hole right here, you'll be able to see the counter rotation. Got that guy set. Nothing on 5. Come back to 1, 2, 3, 4. And at this point, I'm not feeling anything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop a little bit of tension. You feel, I heard that click, and now I just dropped into a deeper false set. I don't think I'm at the deep false set yet. That would indicate I'm on inner pins only, but we'll go through the pin stack and we'll see what's up. And there we go. So that's an open. There we go. I've got another Mul-T-Lock here. Let me just zoom out. So I've got another Mul-T-Lock right here. Go ahead and get this one. This one's a little bit more difficult. We'll see how that goes. But as far as the operation of this tool is concerned, I would say that the main huge benefit to it is that it takes the pick placement part of the equation completely out. So all you're focusing on is indexing this inner graduation with the outer graduations. That's it. So Right now I'm actually looking at the camera screen itself. I'm not even looking at the lock. And in terms of feedback, you will feel counter rotation from spools. I do have a multi-lock that's pinned up with an interactive core that has serrated key pins and or driver pins, and you do feel those too. They are a little bit dampened just because of the shaft itself. Oh, and there I just dropped into that characteristic, let me see, that pretty characteristic deep false set. So we're gonna just keep going on the inner pins now. One, nothing, 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 and there we go. There's another open. So what do I think about this tool? Well, it is a ton of fun. I want to pick up one of these now, just based on having played with it for several hours. I think that this is so much fun for picking Mul-T-Lock juniors. You can, if you rehearse a pick, you can get Mul-T-Lock juniors picked in, honestly, sometimes sub 10 seconds. It's absolutely wild. But as far as, do I think this is something that you should learn to use and rely on? I'm not so sure. I think that if you develop the ability to pick locks, specifically multi-locks or dimple locks with a flag and a tensioner, I think you'll be much better off instead of relying on this tool, because you might come across a lock in which you don't have the proper head or the proper flag for, and in that case you're hosed. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is, again, it's a really great tool, and I got it from a really great friend, so thank you all for watching. Have a great day.